What's going on, Bama Nation? What's up? What's up? What's happening? Let's get this thing popping tonight on a Wednesday. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. We're jumping right into the conversation. Bama not falling for complacency. They're not falling for the trap that is the Vanderbilt game this week. Coming off an emotional win, marquee win, huge win at home at Bryant-Denny. Everybody built up Georgia. Georgia was the marquee game. Georgia was the headline matchup. Everybody wanted to see, could Alabama take down Georgia? Could Kagan DeBoer take down Kirby Smart? He did. Now we fast forward. Now we turn the page to Vanderbilt. Because now you go to a game where it's not going to be much fanfare. It's not going to be much television ratings. People are not going to be going gaga over Bama Vanderbilt. But the Crimson Tide still has to be locked in because this is a Vanderbilt team that's not old Vandy. Clark Lee has done a solid job with this program. He really has. They got a quarterback, Diego Pavia. This guy, dual threat. This guy, big-time playmaker. They run a version of a triple offense, triple option, out of the shotgun. It's different. This type of offense forces you to be disciplined, forces you to be gap sound, forces you to be on your assignment, as well as make plays. So this is going to be a critical matchup for Alabama. Go to Nashville, Tennessee this weekend and handle your business. This is huge. Bama cannot get complacent here. I got a chance to be able to hear from a lot of Crimson Tide players on yesterday, and they spoke on, we could have been even better against Georgia. We should have been better against Georgia. We did not play clean the whole game. We should have been much cleaner in the second half. We took our foot off the gas. We were not aggressive enough. We didn't play clean enough. Moving forward, we are going to play cleaner. We are going to keep our foot on the gas. It's big for Alabama. One of the guys on the staff that was mentioned, Josh Chapman, who played under head coach Nick Saban. Chapman put rat traps inside Bama's facility. What were the rat traps used for? It was used for a method. Don't get synced in by the trap. Don't get synced in by all the conversation of, well, y'all can chill, relax. You beat Georgia. You handled the Bulldogs. You got the win. This is Vanderbilt. Vandy hasn't been good, and God knows when. Don't fall for that nonsense. Go out there, still execute. Go out there and still play Alabama football. That was the message there from Josh Chapman, and everybody on the team, every player knew it. They took heed to it. They knew why those rat traps were placed in the facility. Alabama safety Keon Saab was like, we ain't got no we ain't got no rat infestation here. we got no rodent infestation here. I knew, Keon Saab, I knew the moment I walked into the facility, I knew why those rat traps were put there. They were put there to keep our minds focused on, we got more football to play. There's more improvement to be made. There's more stuff to be done. Malachi Moore mentioned Tuesday, hey, the win against Georgia was nice, but we're about a national championship. We're hungry for a national championship. We have not done anything yet. That was Malachi Moore. And that's the type of mentality you want from your fifth-year senior, your leader, a team captain. Setting that example of, guys, we haven't done anything. Yeah, we beat Georgia. Cool. Yeah, Kagan DeBoer got a big win against Kirby Smart. Awesome. Yeah, we did celebrate it. But now you turn the page. There's more football. And it starts this weekend against Vanderbilt on the road versus a team that does bring a challenge. With the type of offense that they play with, Clark Lee, defensively, Vanderbilt is going to be prepared. They're going to come in excited, enthused, energetic, ready to go. Ready to go on the field and show what they are, what they bring. Because Vandy could easily be 4-0 right now, y'all. Keep in mind, Vanderbilt took Missouri to the wire. And Missouri's a top 25 team, top 10 team. Missouri won by 3. The final score was 30-27. Mizzou barely won that game. Vandy had that. So if the ball bounces anywhere, if the ball bounced anywhere right for Vandy, the Commodores could be 4-0 right now. So this is a game that you don't overlook. You shouldn't overlook. You shouldn't feel like this is Jefferson Pilot Sports Vandy. This is Raycom Sports Vandy, where Bama can just roll into Nashville, right, and get a win. No. You've got to play this with the utmost respect and be on your A game. Why? Because I go back to 2011 when Bama took on Georgia Southern, and they ran the triple option offense. That was that statement Nick Saban made. We got ran through, like, bleep, through a tin horn, and nobody could stop us. We couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop them. And Alabama had several NFL draft picks on that team. Bama had several NFL draft picks defensively and had a difficult time stopping the triple option. Vandy runs something similar to that. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a fun football game. But Alabama not falling for the trap of complacency. Can't fall for the trap of complacency here in this football game. But we're going to start off with a few of your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to continue this conversation. We're going to get to your comments to start off here. We got my man Christian Hills, RTR Bama Nation. Appreciate you, Christian, being a part of the show. We got my guy. We got Fender Dude. We got Fender Dude 0 Bob 109. Hey, Stephen Rotine. Hey, Fender Dude, what's happening? Appreciate you being in here. We got my man Plow Jogger 1776. Plow, howdy, you filthy animals. Hey, Plow, got that Home Alone theme right there. Appreciate you, Plow. We got Little One 205, a.k.a. Keith Williams. Vandy might come to play. Vandy's going to come to play. They're going to come to play. Yes, I know a lot of people feel like, Steve, this is Vanderbilt. Why is there much attention being put on this game? It's Vanderbilt. And look, Clark Lee is a good coach, okay? They're 2-2 on the season. They got a quarterback that can make explosive plays. They got an offense that I think is 14th in the nation. Red zone offense, 14th in the nation. Keep your eyes on that. When Vandy gets into the red area, they like to score. I score touchdowns. So keep your eyes on that there. Fender Dude writes back in. Can I just say how impressed with Damani Jackson that I am? Lockdown dude. Damani played well against Georgia. He played great. Huge pick in the game for him. Nobody is trying him because they know that guy's a lockdown veteran. That's why much of the Georgia game, Carson Beck went after Xavier Brown. And yes, Xavier Brown gave a little bit, but when it mattered most, Xavier got the pick to win the football game. And there are also several times in that game where he's in perfect phase. He gets a pass breakup. He forces an incompletion. Played pretty well in the perimeter there. Xavier held his own. He held his own. Did not get overwhelmed. Did not get rattled. Handled the adversity. But Damani Jackson is showing you he's a lockdown corner. And no one has been throwing to his side there. We got Steve Bama right in. First SEC game. No media hype. Don't let these stats blind you for one game. Make you think you can leave early. Extra development is always needed to stay and to stay strong or get better. Tackle at your best first time. I mean, this is a game where you're not going to have a whole lot of media attention. You're not. But in this matchup for Alabama, it's about finishing, playing to your standard, not being complacent, dominating every single time you're on the field. Me personally, I want to see in this game the rushing attack from the running backs, right? I know against Georgia, we saw a lot of Milroe run the football, and that was planned, right? The coaching staff wanted to show that. That was planned. Now, this week, you get Vanderbilt thinking so much about Milroe that you go out there, Nick Sheridan, you go out there, King and DeBoer, and you pop out Justice Haynes, and you pop out Jam Miller, and you pop out Richard Young, and you run the football with those backs. Still incorporate Milroe's legs too, but let this game coming up be more so about the physicality of these backs behind the offensive line. Let it be more so of that this week. Let's see here. Plow Jogger writes back in. A triple option? I smell something going through a tin horn on Saturday. Hey, they run a version of it, Plow. They run a version of it out of the shotgun. They run a version of it. So for Alabama's defense, in particular, linebackers, Deontay Lawson, Jihad Campbell, focus in on gaps. Focus. Whoever has to come down the line to take on the quarterback and the pitch man, focus. Focus on that. Defensive backs, fill your gaps on these tackles. And then Diego Pavia, he's going to try to make plays from the quarterback perspective. Try to corral him too, right? It's a lot. It's a challenge. Colin Hitzler, Alabama co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach, he talked about that today. It's going to be a challenge taking on defending Diego Pavia, but you got to do it. That young man's got 8 total touchdowns on the season so far, 6 of those through the air. Coach Juan writes in, I told you, bro, we rolled them over. Vandy next. Hey, Coach Juan, you said it. Bama getting the win. They got it. Could have blew Georgia out. To be honest, Bama could have blew Georgia out. But this is something that you learn from, you get better at, you make in-game adjustments, you have counterattacks for what your opposition is doing, but Bama is now on to Vandy. Fender dude comes back. Zabian Brown will grow into a monster. So proud of that guy for stepping up when it really mattered. Zabian trusting the technique that he's learned from Kane Womack, Maurice Linguist, and the technique he learned from Modern Day High School in Santa Ana, California. Like I said, Zabian for the night was in perfect phase, right? He forced incompletions, got a pass break up, didn't get overwhelmed, didn't get rattled, didn't let the adversity get to him. Yes, he gave up a couple plays, but when it mattered most, when the game was on the line, he turned his head, found the football, got the game-clinching interception. That's what you want there. So this will grow Zabian in more confidence. This will grow the entire secondary in more confidence, moving forward. Let's go here. Plow writes back in, a chance to tune up the O-line even more. It is. This is a game for Bama. Tune up that offensive line. Get those guys going, running behind this group with Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, and company. Absolutely, y'all. Hit that like button. Smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Make this your show, your spot, your network for all things Bama football. That daily Super Chat Go, $100. Daily Super Chat Go, $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. Pork Rinds comes in. My friend knows a player on the Vandy team, and he says Vandy feels good about winning this game. He said, we aren't Georgia. Hey, so Pork Rinds got a friend here that says that Vandy feels good about winning this football game. And the friend that knows Vanderbilt says, Bama ain't Georgia. So here we go. The last time Alabama went to Nashville, though, Alabama stomped down Vanderbilt in Nashville back in 2017, the last time that Bama took a trip to the Music City. Pork Rinds comes back with, come on now, Stephen. Vandy don't recruit well enough to give Alabama any kind of a challenge. Let's be honest. Vandy may not recruit well enough. However, with this offense that they're going to run here, Pork Rinds, you still got to be on your A game. You still got to be at your best. You still have to be at your sharpest. You still can't have a letdown. You can't have a letdown game. You can't go into Georgia with all of this buildup, all of this excitement, all of this intensity. You can't go into Georgia with all that, win the game, and then go into Bama, and then go into Vanderbilt, talk about some kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Nah, the same energy and focus you put on Georgia is the same energy and focus you put on Vandy. That is the same focus, the same energy that you put on Vanderbilt as well. Let's see here. Desmond Easton writes in, Roll Tide from Huntsville, Alabama. Appreciate you, Desmond. Checking out the show right here. Nathan giving us a Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you, Nathan. Let's go. We got Scotty Smith writes in, Roll Tide, roll. Vandy is doing good this year. Vandy does have a good season so far. They're 2-2 on the year. Could easily be 3-1, possibly even 4-0. So this is going to be a very intriguing matchup in Nashville. Sweet home Bama! 24th the Roll Tide, Stephen. Appreciate your sweet home Bama. We got here DeReal Biko Slim! DeReal Biko Slim, Roll Tide from Birmingham, Alabama on the west end, on the west side, baby. How we doing right there, my guy? Appreciate you writing in. Plow comes in. Stephen, are we going back to run the ball more against Vandy? I see it, Plow, because I feel like with Georgia, they want to do more with Jalen Milroe, absolutely, and they did that. But I feel like with Vanderbilt, you're going to get back to seeing that traditional sort of ground and pound with the backs, with Jam Miller, with Justice Haynes, with Richard Young. Now, yes, they'll still sprinkle in Milroe. Absolutely. They're going to do that. But I feel like it's going to be more so that traditional ground and pound this week. We got my man, Y'all Warrior, in here with the Roll Tide Roll. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Ryan Flanagan writes in, I expect a close game with low scoring. Could be. I mean, could be. Could be a low game. Could be a close game of low scoring, but it depends on Ryan. How much does Vanderbilt try to play keep away versus how fast Alabama jumps out on Vandy and then finishes the game strong with the balanced attack there of having sustained drives where you're running the football and taking clock and having better clock management. That's the big thing. Having much better clock management. Let's see. We got here, my man, Little One 205. Are we home or away? Alabama's on the road this week. Bama goes to Nashville on the west end to play Vanderbilt. So Bama travels to Nashville to play the Commodores. This will be a road game for the Crimson Tide. Ask Bama Girl 26 would hit the like button. You know what it is. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Make this your platform for all things Crimson Tide football. We're getting this to you. Appreciate Ask Bama Girl 26 right there. Christian Hughes writes in, Stephen M. I'm hoping Bama runs the ball more. We've still got a long season. We still have a long season still ahead of us. It's a long season. It's a grinder. So you've got to get these backs to football. You got to be able to have a balanced offensive attack, right? As much as we enjoy the big bombs to Ryan Williams, and that kid is that dude different. As much as we enjoy the big bombs to Ryan Williams, the big plays to Jeremy Bernard, the big plays to other options on the team, you've got to have balance. And that balance starts with being able to successfully run the football. So I agree with you, Christian Hughes. I'm hoping myself that Bama runs the football more. I believe that they will. Let's see here. Ask Bama Girl 26 writes in, Roll Tide from Madison, Alabama. Don't possibly sleep on Vandy. We got to go in on all cylinders. Got to go in. Hey, Bama Girl 26 know what's up. You got to go on all cylinders. You can't go into this game underestimating anybody, even Vanderbilt. You cannot be underestimating Vanderbilt in this game. This is not the same Vandy. I'm telling you, it's not the same Vandy. They're 2-2. Could be 3-1. Could be 4-0. They've got a quarterback who is a baller. They got a quarterback who is a playmaker. They've got a quarterback that can also challenge this defensive secondary with his passing ability. It's going to be a very intriguing matchup here. Jarvis S. writes in, away, but Vandy is going to be mostly a Bama crowd. You're going to have a lot of Bama fans in Nashville, Jarvis S. You're correct about that. It's going to be quite a few Bama fans in Nashville. So it's a road game for Alabama, but it could be seen as a home matchup depending on how many Bama fans take over the crowd there. Let's see. Continue with this. With my guy here, we got my guy, Warrior in here. Coach Steve, we are going to beat the brakes off of them because they are talking too much once again. We will have to teach them another lesson. Can't wait to watch this one. Let's get it, Crimson Tide Nation. It's gonna be a football game because Diego Pavilla's been talking. Diego's been talking. Vandy's quarterback's been talking, saying, hey, we ain't the same Vandy. We ain't this, we ain't that. Like, hey, Diego's been talking. Like, Vandy's been talking a little bit, right? Remember the last time that Vandy talked a little bit? That offensive lineman, we'll show you how to play SEC ball. Alabama, you're next. Remember that guy that did that talking there? And I don't think his name ever appeared on the stat sheet. He did get pancaked quite a few times. And Alabama completely dominated Vanderbilt in that matchup. Let's see here. We got Jay Walker writes in, Roll Tide. Love our Coach Shep's press conference when he said that he lets Julio talk to the players on the sideline and before the games. Look, this coaching staff has allowed the alums to come back and share and impart wisdom and embrace these young kids. I'm happy about that. Seeing Julio Jones back on the sideline encouraging these wide receivers, that's something. Seeing A.J. McCarron and Dre Kirkpatrick and all of these former players back, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. So I'm really happy that this coaching staff has been able to allow these former players, these alums, to come back and to share and to pour into these athletes. You got to love that. You got to love that. Got to show some love to Ask Bama Girl 26 one time, giving us that $25 donation, dropping the love in there. She writes in, the defense needs to keep Vandy's offense off their game. We need our rushers to put in work on their offense. Blitz, baby, blitz. There it is. She wants non-stop pressure from Kane Womack. This 4-2-5 defense getting to Vanderbilt. Let's see here. We got Christian Hughes writes in, we don't need to take Vandy lightly, but this team is hungry and still headhunting Lank 2.0. This Bama team is hungry. This Bama team is hungry. It's just about, for Alabama, finishing. Every play, every game, every rep, finish your job, right? That's what we learned from Georgia. Finish your job. Start fast, yes, but finish strong. And that's going to be the message this week and every week going forward. You start fast, but even more so important than that, Bama, you finish strong on your opposition. See, Plow Jogger comes back. Coach DeBoer has made one great decision after another to keep Bama culture rolling. He has. He has. He's got the alums back talking to these players. He's done. He's been out. He's been good. I mean, he's been really good. I mean, the matchup against Georgia, you had so many recruits at that game thinking Bama is still Bama again. So we're gonna see some kids flip here on the recruiting trail pretty soon here. We're about to see some kids flip because after seeing that matchup there against Georgia, we're about to see some kids flip. Who wants to know writes in, I'm glad Bama beat Georgia Bullfrogs and Ryan Williams put that juke on them. RTR, Bama fan for life. We got Vandy under control. Hey, them moves Ryan was putting on Georgia, like, if you're Kirby Smart, what's going through your head right now? All right, Kirby, Julio did this to you. Not Kirby. In terms of Kirby, Jalen Waddle did this to you, Kirby, and Ryan Williams did this to you, Kirby, and Devontae Smith did this to you, Kirby. But for Georgia football as a whole, my goodness, Georgia, Julio did this to you. Amari Cooper did this to you. Calvin Ridley did this to you. Jerry Jeudy did this to you. Devontae Smith did this to you. Jalen Waddle did this to you. Henry Ruggs did this to you. And now you got Ryan Williams doing this to you. So, Georgia, when it comes down to Alabama freshman wide receivers, you have absolutely no fortunates against these guys. None whatsoever. Jarvis S. writes in, feels good to have a number one ranking by our name. Now we have to go out there each and every week and play like the number one team in the country. That's the main thing. You got the number one ranking. Target on your back. People are starting to come after you. You got to have your A game on every single week. You got to have your A game in practice every single practice. So feels good to have the number one ranking. Don't get me wrong. Even though I'm kind of scared of it sometimes. But gotta excel out there every single week. David Williams writes in, what was better, the circus catch or the spin move touchdown catch? David, they were both great. I would go with this. I would go with the circuit. I would go with the spin move touchdown catch because the fact that was the catch to win the football game. But that circus catch was sick. I mean, the circus catch was just sick. Like, I mean, dude, Ryan Williams is just different, man. Yes, Jarvis, he's got more moves than Mick Jagger. More moves than Mick Jagger. Absolutely, he does. We got Ask Bama Girl 26. Those were some grown man moves. This young man has been in the film room. Yes. Ryan Williams putting grown man moves on people out there on the field. I mean, the guy is a walking highlight reel, David. You are correct. We got him. Joel writes in, do you agree with me? Carson Beck is overrated trash. I don't think Carson Beck is overrated. Now, do I think he's the best quarterback in this draft? No. But I don't think he's overrated. I think Carson Beck is pretty good. I mean, he's pretty good. I mean, Georgia was taken out of their element, Joe Willie. They were taken out of their element. And in the second half, Carson Beck was going bombs away out there. So he's good. Now, is he the number one quarterback? Is he the number one overall pick? When you look at next year's draft, no. But Carson Beck is good. I'm not taking anything away from that guy. Travis Burton writes in, I missed the injury report. Well, Travis, here we go. Kendrick Law, according to Kalen DeBoer today in the SEC Coaches Teleconference, he's not ruling Kalen Law out for this game against Vanderbilt, but Kalen Law still day-to-day, still working to get practice reps out there. He's not ruling Kalen Law out, but yet he is not saying Kendrick Law is going to play. Nothing was unveiled as to what Kalen Law even hurt against Georgia. And that's the weird thing. Nothing was even unveiled as to what he actually heard. But he's day-to-day right now. We shall see if he goes out there against Vanderbilt right now. When you look at Devontae Smith, Smitty's fine. Smitty had cramps. That was the thing. Devontae Smith had cramps. Could have went back out there and played, but he's been practicing all week. Devontae Smith is okay. Let's see here. We got Jay Clark writes in, I hate they made us number one. It's like when you're not number one, it gives you more hunger to become number one at the right time, to emerge, to show up there at the right time. But when you have that number one ranking kind of early, in the season, it makes you a little bit nervous. It makes you a little bit uneasy because you wonder, can Bama play to an elite level despite the one by their name, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. 6-0 writes in, Womack needs to work on the pass rush and how to disrupt quarterbacks. Well, look. Bama got pressure to Carson Beck. They had like 3 to 4 sacks. Bama was able to disrupt Carson Beck. Carson Beck threw 3 picks. So Womack got pressure to him. Womack sacked him, forced interceptions, takeaways. The thing is, here's the thing. The offense also has to complement the defense. You see what I'm saying? The offense had moments where you're snapping the ball way too early. You're not taking enough clock. The offense had moments where it felt like it did not want to put the game on the back of the offensive line and run the football. Like the clock management wasn't what it was supposed to be. The run game wasn't what it was supposed to be either. So, that's not necessarily on Kane Womack. That's more so on, offensively, you got to also help the defense out. That's what I put that more so on. We got here another one, 205. Is Tim Keenan okay? Keenan's okay. I think Keenan's okay. I think the only one that we're looking at right now is Kendrick Law. I think that's the only one we're really looking at right now is Kendrick Law. A lot happened in that game. A lot happened in that game against Georgia. You had guys nicked up. You had guys dinged up. You had guys bruised up. But I think Tim Keenan is okay. And I feel like if there was a game where you could have your second wave or third wave of players get in there and get meaningful reps, this game against Vanderbilt would prove as an opportunity for those guys to get meaningful reps in the second, third wave of the Alabama defense. But we're going to take a quick break right here, folks, and touch that dial. When we get back, we'll return to the comment section, getting your thoughts here on the show. Appreciate all of you guys making this your spot here to talk all things Crimson Tide football. But we're going to get a word from our partners here at Alumni Hall. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. You know what time it is, baby. Alumni Hall, Tuscaloosa, Midtown Village, T-Town. Get you all that gear right there. We're back into the action. In my own words, how to show on the streets here on a Wednesday. From the break, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith. Let's jump back into the comment section. The key topic tonight, Bama not falling for the trap of complacency against Vanderbilt. You got the coaching staff putting rat traps inside the facility, telling the players, don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the gimmick. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for this stuff about, oh, it's just Vandy. It's just Vandy. Take them seriously. Because we're trying to finish football games in terms of wanting to win championships. Let's go here. We got Ask Bama Girl 26. Coaching staff has got to make necessary halftime adjustments. The players are still young and will be more than likely to be unprepared should the offense make a last-minute change. So, Bama has to be able to make better in-game adjustments. In-game, play-by-play, halftime adjustments needed at every point. You got to counter what your opposition is doing. No matter what your opposition is doing, you got to have a counter for that. Like, you got to have a plan for that. You got to have an idea that goes, okay, if they're going to do this, this is how I counter. If they're going to do that, I'm going to counter in this fashion. So that's going to be the biggest thing here for Alabama. Jay Clark comes back with, Ryan played quarterback his freshman year in high school. I'm amazed they didn't let him try to do that one play with K-Law. I'm amazed too because, Ryan did play a little quarterback in high school at Saraland as a freshman. And he would have worked on that trick play throwing the ball. I don't know why Coach Sheridan did not allow Ryan to throw that ball in the trick play, but I will never know. Let's see here. Ask Bama Girl 26 would hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Smash the like button. Give us a thumbs up right here on the show. We're bringing you your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. All right. Who Wants to Know comes back with, I'm still praying that our guys will clean up those mistakes and penalties. I know that it happens, and we are not perfect, but a near perfect game would be awesome. Who Wants to Know? A clean game will be awesome. Just a clean game. Not having the penalties, not having the mental errors, the mental mistakes on the field, being sharp, right, in every facet and every aspect of the game. Plow Jogger writes in, I was so disappointed that BD wasn't louder. Did Georgia even have one false start? Georgia had two false starts. And Plow, Bryant Denny couldn't have been any louder. I was in there. I couldn't hear myself think. That's how loud that was. It couldn't have been. If Bryant Denny Plow was any louder than what it was against Georgia, it would have registered an earthquake on the seismograph. That's how loud it was in there. If Bama fans were any louder in that game against Georgia, it would have registered an earthquake in the seismograph. It was definitely in there. Georgia had two false starts, though. Had two false starts. Let's see. Draco writes here, you tripping, Plow. It was loud in there. It was really loud in there, man. It was loud. But my main thing and everybody's main thing was, for as great as the game against Georgia was, you definitely want to see guys finish the job. You want to see Alabama finish the win off in a dominant fashion. And that's the key moving forward. You start fast, but you also finish strong. And you finish dominantly as a football team Jay Clark writes in, the playbook was fire. Playbook was fire in the first quarter. The play calls from Nick Sheridan, they were absolutely fire in the first quarter. That's what I'm saying. He looked like Steve Sarkisian mixed with Lane Kiffin in the first quarter. 28-0. You hop all over Georgia. You're getting wide receivers involved, tight ends involved, Milrose running the ball beautifully, running backs getting what they need to get. The defense plays off that, intercepting Carson Beck twice, creating takeaways. Fans are into it. That first quarter was a masterclass by Nick Sheridan, but you got to continue that way. You got to continue that way. And whether that is running the football more or having a different variation of the plays you called early on to continue to try to set off Georgia's defense, you got to have a plan in that. Got to have a plan in that. And that's the biggest thing for Coach Sheridan moving forward. Drico writes in, E-Man is so underrated. I can't wait to see him get more reps. E-Man is very underrated. That guy's a dog. E-Man is very underrated and needs more reps out there on the field and needs more opportunities, on the field. Let's see here. Jay Clark, have they talked about the clock management in the pressers? They have mentioned it, Jay. They have mentioned it. There's been conversation about that's got to be better. When you have the lead and you're trying to put the game away, you don't snap the ball with over 15 seconds left there on the game on the snap clock on the clock there. You let that clock get inside 5 seconds before you snap that ball. You take time off the clock. So that's been a priority for Alabama in practice. Is being able to take time there off the clock. Let's see here. Ask Bama Girl 26, don't take your foot off the gas. Keep pounding. It's a thing for Bama now. Got to keep pounding. Got to keep pounding. Monica Petaway responding to Drico's comment, I actually like it that way. He can take, I actually like it that way. He could take the season by storm. And referring to E-Man, Emmanuel Henderson, people are overlooking him. But as he continues to infiltrate his way to this offense more and more, that guy is going to be a stud. That guy is going to be a game changer. This was a former 5-star from Geneva County High School here in Alabama that made several huge plays, not just as a running back, but as a receiver, on special teams. So keep your eyes there on E-Man moving forward. Desmond Easton, Steven, do you think Kirby would have went for 2 if they would have scored at the end of the game? Yes! Kirby would have went for 2. If Georgia would have scored, yes! No doubt. Kirby would have went for 2 and the win. Kirby would have went for 2 and the win. No doubt. No doubt. So that's why big ups there to Xavier Brown. Ask Bama Girl 26. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Do all that. Y'all see? Y'all hear the woman? Y'all hear the woman? Like the video. Subscribe to the channel right here. Turn your notifications on so you get nothing but full-fledged Bama in the palm of your hands right here. Let's see. Christian Hughes writes in, I didn't realize how big and physical K-Law is. The first kickoff return, he almost housed one. He did. K-Law has become a very good blocker on the perimeter as well. Blocking for running backs, blocking for wide receivers. That's the reason why he needs to be getting the ball more on the offensive end. Hopefully, he's able to go here against Vanderbilt. Johnny Weaver writes in, good evening, Stephen. We've been watching Ryan down here in Lower Alabama ever since he played Pee Wee League. He was electric then. Happy to see the rest of the country can finally see him. I mean, Ryan Williams has been legit since Pee Wee ball in Mobile, man. That boy legit. Like, you don't see to me, high school kids could be like, I'm a reclassify, not play my senior season in high school, go to college early, a whole year, and be 17 years old, just balling out and out playing everybody and faster than everybody. You just don't see that every day. So Ryan's just a special kid. David Williams writes in, I think Alabama stats in the first half against Georgia was better than every team prior combined. Yes, it was. Bama stats in the first half against Georgia were unbelievable. Like, they were hitting Georgia. Boom, 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 boom. Georgia couldn't do anything with Alabama. That's why you look at Nick Sheridan and you go, Coach Sheridan, why did you stop being aggressive? Coach Sheridan, why did you not have a counter? Coach Sheridan, why did you not give the ball to the running backs? When you had hit all of your scripted plays, why did you then not decide to just give the ball to the running backs and lean on the physicality on the offensive line to kind of just wear this game away from Georgia? That's just my thoughts. My thoughts here. Deborah Franklin, late chatter here. Roll Tide. Everyone roll Tide to you, Deborah. Happy to have you in here. We got Ask Bama Girl 26. Does anyone know if Scott Cochran is with any college programs? I would love to have his energy on the sidelines with our players. Cochran is not on any college program right now, Ask Bama Girl. He's not on any college program right now. And it'd be cool if Alabama was to bring him back just as a energy motivational coach. It'd be great if Alabama was to have him back in Tuscaloosa, but we'll see if DeBoer would ever do that, if DeBoer would ever choose to do that. Let's see. Plow Jogger writes in, I had a chuckle in the Lions game Monday. They said they said Monroe St. Brown and Jamison Williams love to block for each other. Bama receivers block. Yeah. J-Mo blocking too when he was here. J-Mo blocking too. J-Mo was blocking too while he was in Tuscaloosa with this football team. Continuing our thoughts here. Sam writes in, Steve, I thought we would have seen more of Caleb Odom, given that he is a big receiver on this team, especially in red zone situations. Now, Sam, you could see Caleb Odom as the season progresses. It's still early. We could see Caleb Odom as the season progresses. It's still early, still young. You're just now going to get into game number, 5? Yeah, game number 5. So, I mean, you still have a chance to see Caleb Odom before this regular season ends out. GT18 comes in. K-Law has explosive play potential every time he gets the football. We will see it, no doubt. I think we will see Kendrick Law unleashed on some big plays here moving forward. It just kind of sucks when you're waiting for how long. But it will get here. It will get here at some point. Joe Will's got a good question here. Here we go. He's got a good question here. Steve, what's the name of the brother that used to follow Saban on the sideline in every game with his cup of water? That is Coach Cedric Burns. Coach said. And Coach Cedric Burns is still a part of the program. Funny story. I actually saw Coach Said Monday in the players' facility. So Coach Said is still there. He's still there. Now, is he just still all Bama? Or is he primarily just with Saban? We'll have to see. But Coach Cedric Burns is still there. Fender Dude writes in, need to see some Kobe Prentice. You gotta see more. Now, Prentice had 2 catches against Georgia, but I think we still need to see more of him. I think we still need to see more of him because he's a game changer. He's a baller. He's a playmaker. But it just feels like Ryan Williams has taken over at the slot position, which has pushed Prentice to be the number, I guess Princess has been pushed down to the number 4 receiver, right? Because if you look at the start games, it's Williams, Jeremy Bernard, K-Law, right? So it looks like Kobe Prentice has been pushed to wide receiver number 4. And I kind of hate that. Kind of don't like that because Prentice is really good. So you got to show ways to get all of these guys to football. Let's see. Draco writes in, are we going to redshirt anybody this year? Sheesh. Let's see, redshirt anybody. I think Kevin Riley, the freshman running back, I think he'll redshirt. I think Jalen Hale might end up taking a medical red shirt. I think Jalen Hale will be medically redshirted. You could see maybe guys like Noah Carter and Jay Sean Ross defensively at that wolf backer position. Those guys could be redshirted. We'll have to see. Maybe somebody like a Amari Jefferson, maybe somebody like maybe an Amari Jefferson, maybe a Rico Scott, who knows? Maybe a Bubba Hampton. Those are guys that could be, red shirt. Now, once again, that rule is you can play up to 4 games before you have to burn that red shirt. You can play at least up to 4 games here. Let's see here. Another one, 205. Someone laid a good block when Ryan Williams caught that pass. These receivers, another one, are out there blocking. These Alabama wide receivers are out there blocking for each other. They're out there blocking for other teammates. They're out there trying to have success. They're out there trying to dominate. So it's good to see these guys taking that extra effort there and wanting to block. But as we wind this thing on down here on a Wednesday, just for me, Bama's not falling for that complacency against Vanderbilt. They're not falling for it. They're coming to this matchup, y'all, ready to play. They're coming to this matchup ready to play. Sam comes in. Steve, what is the energy around the program as the team prepares for Vandy? Do you get the feeling that they're going to be looking forward to this matchup? The energy's been great, Sam. It's been good. Been really good. The guys have been really focused on finishing drives, finishing quarters, finish the game. You got the rat traps all over the facility. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the poison. Don't fall for all this conversation. Vandy ain't that good. Vandy ain't that good. Be focused on Vandy. This team is focused on Vanderbilt. This team not buying into that thing called complacency. Ricky White II. I hate that Kobe doesn't get more touches, but I guess that's an embarrassment of riches. It is. It's an embarrassment of riches. You got all of these talented guys. You got only one football, so it is an embarrassment of riches there for Alabama football. Absolutely. Let's see. We got Krista Thurston writes in, I hope to see 4 productive quarters. She wants to see 4 productive quarters here for Alabama football. Absolutely. David Williams, should see more players, should see some more players. Let's see here. Are you saying that more players should see the field this week, David? More players should see the field this week on both sides of the football. I can agree with that. Bama needs to have more guys, on the field this week. More in that rotation being involved offensively and defensively. So I can agree with that. Having more people, more guys on the field this week in that rotation. Plow writes in, I love Jesus, my family, America, and Alabama football. I'm a blessed man. Blessings to you and yours. Hey, Plow, we appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Plow. Absolutely. Plow, Jogger, and all of you all for checking out the show 3 days a week. If I've said this once, I've probably said this a million times. You guys make the show go. You as the fans, you as the consumer of Alabama football, you make the show go. I mean, my job It's just to come on here 3 days a week to give you information, to give you news, to give you nuggets, to give you coverage on Alabama football, but to present it in a entertaining way that makes you want to be involved. But you, the fan, it is your passion. It is your enthusiasm. It is your connection with this program that makes it go. So I appreciate all of you. We got Gentavious Towson. Kicking has me uneasy after having Will for 4 years, but I know the transfer is legit. Still, LOL. It's different, man. Will Reichert was money in the bag, automatic at kicker. Now you have Graham Nicholson. And Graham is good. Made a field goal, missed a field goal. 1 for 2 so far this season. But when you had Reichert for, over 4 years, you're like, okay, can anybody do what that man did? Can anybody do as far as consistently making field goals and putting you on the board with points the way that Reichert did? Hopefully, we get Graham Nicholson into a real groove so he can show that he can do that as well. But as always, Bama Nation, you want the best, the news, notes, information, coverage, content on your favorite Alabama, on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Friday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you got to subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. Don't forget, subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. Get all of your Bama in the palm of your hands right there. Also, the Touchdown Alabama Video Hub. Check out the Video Hub. We got videos there for you covering all things Bama football as well. I got to shout out all of you, the Bama fans, for the comments tonight. Chat line going off tonight. You guys making this your show, your spot, your network, your place for Tide football. We'll be back in studio Friday, getting your phone calls as well. So be excited about that. We get to the last few comments here. Absolutely. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody. Christian Hughes, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Monica Petaway, absolutely great content tonight. Appreciate it. We got Ask Bama Girl 26 with that link. Subscribe to this channel, baby. Absolutely. Appreciate every last one of you guys for being a part of this show and causing this show to have that success tonight. But till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and you've been listening and watching My Own Words.